Hey team, welcome back to Dukes on Switch. Back after a pretty big break, which was really nice. Nice to take some downtime away from Magic, but here we are, Scoop and Response. Welcome. This should be pretty sweet, just running back Green White Depths, which I think is probably a nice deck to take into kind of an unknown metagame for what has been about a 3-week or 4-week break. But yeah, this deck obviously is still putting up some pretty good results. There have been some little changes that I made. One card that I want to try out is Felidar Retreat. I know there's a new card that people are trying out that is a green enchantment that gives you a creature equal to the amount of counters on it from Commander, but I do like that Felidar Retreat comes down a turn earlier. It is a 4-drop, so it does mean Prismatic Ending needs 4 colors to deal with it, which is kind of cool and pretty relevant. And I think this is a nice way to hopefully grind on a separate axis against some of the more grindy decks like BANT, where Field of the Dead has been tried, and I think Field, although pretty solid, does take a while to turn on, especially for a deck like this where you are using cards like Neither Reliquary, Elvish Acclaim, Crop Rotation that are usually getting rid of lands outside of Flagstones. So hitting those requirements for Field can be a little bit rough. But I think Felidar Retreat is pretty sweet, so we'll see how that goes. The rest is pretty normal. Torpor Orb's in here for things like Death and Taxes and Doomsday, but it does have some merit against a fair amount of other decks, which is nice, so Torpor Orb should be pretty fun. But I'm pretty keen just to get into this and see how it goes, because it's been a little while, so let's see if we can get a streaming. Nice. We are playing a Legacy League with Green White Depths. Oh, we don't have play points? Interesting. What do we have? 55. Let's open some of these and see what we get. Sweet. Forests. Just what I need. Cool. Garruk, Wild Speaker. Nice. Yeah, there have been some Green White Depths lists that have run Urza's Saga and found pretty nice results with it. I like the mana base as is, and it's actually interesting because I'm actually playing a field in this. I didn't realize that, but there we go. There are the play points that I need. In the main deck, which is really interesting, I might just want to change this up slightly. I actually think I want a second basic, and I probably want... There's definitely no downside to running a snow-covered, and it might give me a world where I can actually have the snow-covered forest and the fetches up to resemble a snow Ice Fang deck. Alright, here we go. That's a little bit better. Alright, constructed, play points, nice. And then this should hopefully fit perfectly. Oh, it doesn't. Okay, let's move this down. Ah, that's what I did last time. Okay, this goes behind there. So now, troubleshooting just a little bit. There we go. Nice. And now this can move here. Perfect. All right. Very cool. But yeah, Urza's Saga is a pretty sweet deck. Pretty sweet card in this deck. I have seen lists that run Shadow Spear as a target, Retrofit of Foundry, which is another way to grind against some of these control decks, which is really nice. And then sideboard cards like Pithing Needle, some sort of graveyard hate like Tormod's Crypt, which is pretty sweet. Alright, up against Leviathan. On the play, which is really nice. We'll definitely make this bigger so everyone can see. It's definitely weird coming back. This is a pretty nice start. So we have a turn 1 Reclaimer. Turn 2 we can hold up Flagstones. We also have double crop and one half of the combo. We have removal and prismatic ending, so otherwise pretty sweet. Yeah, map isn't too bad because you can find another copy of Saga. You can also find parts of the combo in Stage and Dark Depths, which is pretty cool. But I always found that the Saga strategy within the deck just took away time that you could just be using for the Thespian Stage Dark Depths combo. But it is definitely nice if your opponent has some sort of strategy that hits the Dark Depths plan pretty hard, then having the kind of alternate way to win through those cards is, through the constructs, is pretty nice, which is cool. Boom. 2 kind jazz. There we go. Opponent having a good thing. I just want to make sure I have all my stops on. Double end. No need to really stop and upkeep. I think we'll just test this and see how it goes. Dragon Rage Channel, that's going to be fine. Hey, Dr. Lade, thanks for the follow. Let me know where you're from. If you play Legacy, what do you play in Legacy? Here, I'm pretty happy just to hold up Elvish Reclaimer with Flagstones, which is pretty nice. If they have a Bolt, it's pretty rough. I could also do something like Flagstones... Trade Flagstones for a Wasteland their Volk, and then also Prismatic Ending the Dragon Rage Channeler, which is pretty sweet. I kind of want to make this a 3/4 before they untap with red mana. So Flagstones, a land from Crop Rotation would be... Wasteland is 2. Huh. I think I'll start with Ending. Just because of the... although right now it's just a 1/1, the first ability of allowing them to Surveil, so like C4 of Brainstorm or Ponder, is pretty huge, so pretty happy to deal with this now. There is a world, though, where I actually want to crop first to play around Daze. So let's do that. Let's float here. Crop away the Flagstones, which is really nice against counter magic, because it means we don't really go down on a card if we do lose anything. Get a Savannah. Crop into Wasteland. Now we can cast Ending on the Dragon Rage Channeler. Hey Deep Hizzle, thanks for the Prime sub. A huge thank you for the 3-month sub. I hope you're doing well. Hey Vic, welcome. Hope you guys are all doing well. I will hit this. And then swing for 1. Elvish Reclaim is still open to removal, but I'm okay with that, seeing that we have Crop Rotation and Thespian Stage next turn. Oh, Ragavan, okay. That's going to be fine. Okay, now we have Mox. So actually, we have the combo now, because we have Thespian Stage, 2 mana for copying Dark Depths, and then Mox Diamond plus Yavimaya is what we need for the crop. So this is pretty good. So we can drop the Yavimaya, we can play the stage. Hey Basic Swamps, welcome. How many points do you think you lose playing the budget version of Greenlight Depths? You definitely lose a little bit. Not playing the Mox Diamonds definitely comes up, especially in the early turns, because something like a turn 1 Sylvan Library is pretty huge. But the big question here is do I just want to go for it right now? And I think I do. I think we just want to go crop away this. See if they have any sort of counter magic. They have to have a force here, because most lists are running maybe 1 Brazen Borrower in the 75. I don't think otherwise they really have an answer to Dark Depths, and I'd rather play around Wasteland as well here, so just going to do this at sorcery speed. Hey Kai, welcome! I hope you're doing well. I've been loving your stream as a silent lurker. And we are just going to pass here. I don't think we can attack with the Reclaimer. It doesn't really matter as well. But I don't want Ragavan to find, like... I was going to say if Ragavan connects and finds, like, crop rotation, maybe they could crop for their own Karakas if they're playing Karakas. But I think here it's a case of we've just hopefully got this. They're pretty far off getting a flyer interplay, which is nice. Obviously, Delver takes a turn, so yeah. Nice. Nice way to start. So it's looking like Blue-Red Delver. Maybe Delver's Delver. Never too sure. I really like the endurances. I don't mind one choke on the draw. That's probably it. Glacial Chasm is interesting as well, but I think it's going to be these. Let's take a quick look. I still like the Moxes on the draw. Sylvan Libraries are a little bit rough, especially seeing how aggressive they are. I think it might just be the Sylvans here. Ramanap's still fine, Endurance is still obviously fantastic. Bajuka Bog is still great. Sajiri Step is still fine, especially if they have Brazen Burrower. We have Karakas for Ragavan, which is nice. Yeah, Paper Mox Diamonds are pretty expensive, unfortunately. But hey, if you do have the budget version of Green White Depths, definitely go and play it, because you might find that someone in your local community has Mox Diamonds spare that are happy to lend out while they're playing with you, which is pretty cool. So even though you might have a budget version of a deck, you might have a community that allows you to play the full version of it, which is cool. Yeah, I'm going to side just like this. I think just the extra endurances and one choke is fine. Second choke's a little bit rough, especially seeing... definitely interesting. The reason that choke can kind of get you is they have so many little one-drops that if you're tapping out on turn 3 for a choke, you might just die on the way back, so... Hey, Tyragol. Green White Depths is pretty good. I would say Green White Depths is probably the best fair deck at the moment. Was there ever a time when Maverick played Vile? There was. Luis, who started Maverick, played a Vile version of Maverick. Actually, when it first got its big tournament finish, right after Merited Besiege was printed and Green Sun Zenith was printed. So in the same tournament, Luis got like a top 8 with his Vile version. And then another player got a pretty good one as well. I'll see if I can get it up. Hey Jack, welcome. Hope you're doing well. Hey Mighty Man, a huge thank you. Too kind, I hope you're doing well. Could also see a drop on the crops. I think we'll just go like this. I'm going to play the second choke, but against the deck with so many one-drops, it can be a little bit interesting to tap out for. Because they can just kill you. You might not have the time to actually play choke, so that's pretty tough. Hey Jack, got your Ragavans and Caldra? Very cool. For the same deck? Surely not. I'm okay with this hand. We have Acceleration in Dryad Arbor, we have Removal in Prismatic Ending, and a nice big threat in Knight. And if we go for a turn 1 Dryad Arbor and they bolt it, then the Knight's going to come down as a 4/4, which is pretty sweet, so... Blue-Red Delver and D&T, very nice. Dark Depths, okay. Probably not too scared of Wasteland here, but... could definitely try. I guess like Savannah, Green Sun's Dryad Arbor, bolt into Ragavan Dashed would be pretty good. Yeah. This is fine. What is your second favorite Sun's Zenith? Oh, that's a good one. I reckon Black Sun Zenith. Black Sun Zenith was pretty sweet in Highlander, which is pretty much like a Toxic Deluge that shuffles back into your deck, which is kind of cool. It's definitely got me a few times. Haven't played the Ren Sun Zenith. Maybe in Cube once. Blue Suns is definitely against everything that I want to do in Magic. And then what's left? The Green Suns. Yeah, Black Sun Zenith. It's pretty sweet as well because it's a great way to kill, okay, there's Ragavan. Oh, but no... Interesting. Okay. I think we will just go for Prismatic Ending here. Just trying to think what land I want to play. I think it's just Savannah. Ending first, and then Green Suns again. Nice. Really just want to try to keep my mana going. And next turn getting this Knight down as a 4/4 is pretty nice, because then if it survives, we have the Dark Depths already, and can hopefully get this Dark Depths online. But I guess one thing to worry about is Submerge. In the 75, I assume Blue-Red Delver, or these sort of Blue-Red variants, are playing some amount of Submerge or Brazen Borrower. But you never know. Unholy Heat. Ah, okay. Well, Unholy Heat is actually a great way to deal with Knight. So here's a fun question. I could either play the Green Suns. I could play a land. We're definitely playing a land. And we're definitely playing this land, just because I do want the extra land into the bin if I do play the Knight. I can play Knight around... not around days, or I can Green Suns for Elvish Reclaimer. I think I like just trying to jam the Knight here. They didn't have a day's last turn for the Dried Arbor off Force. Okay, hitting Expressive Iteration is pretty nice. This also means that next turn we just have Green Suns for Knight as well. Oh, Saga. Okay. Probably should have expected that, but didn't, so... alright, let's go for... Do I want to hold the Caracas? Is there any percentage points to be gained in bluffing not having lands so you can discard down to hand size in 5 turns? That's pretty big. I guess because then you're just time walking for so long that it is pretty rough. I definitely feel that Greenwide Depths and Maverick are decks that have to play to the board. So getting creatures into play that your opponent has to deal with at some point is really nice. Please no Force Negation. Oof, nice. I think here I do want to get another Reliquary. I could also get Endurance and shuffle these back to stop a Murktide. But if they're tapping out for Murktide next turn, we have the Dark Depths anyway, so I think Knight here is just pretty perfect. It is hard to bluff not having lands in the deck as well, yes. We are playing 30 lands, I believe. Wasteland's good. Wow, they're going to be aggressive with that. That was a really aggressive Wasteland, because now they don't have one for Dark Depths. Still have one card. Not at all, Matt. Not at all. I think I just want to do this in their upkeep. Because they can get Pity Needle off the Saga, so I might as well. Stage. Copy Dark Depths. Choose this one to keep. Hey, Eldair. There is the deck list on the screen if you use the Cardboard Live functionality. The reason that I didn't want to do it end of turn was that, obviously, off the Saga here, they could get something like Retrofitter Foundry. They're going to get Needle here, which, if I didn't respond to the Saga, they could just name Thespian Stage and stop the combo altogether. But, I mean, Knight itself is going to be pretty good as well. Ponder's fine. Hopefully a shuffle. Chose to not shuffle. Interesting. Maybe they found the bounce. Ponder. Okay. Dig another 3. Nice. Okay. Pretty sweet to win the first one. I definitely feel that the deck has a nice matchup against Delver. Especially if you can find one piece of the combo, then dealing with the 2020 can be pretty tough. Music on my end is cutting out every now and then. Do you guys also hear the music cutting out every, like, 10 seconds? I'm not sure if it's a connectivity issue. Up against a 2-2N. Okay. Alright, Kai. Here it is. So on the History of Legacy, Maverick, we have one of the first tournament finishes from the Aether Vial version of Maverick, which is pretty cool. This is a very old school version that played like Weathered Wayfarer, Eternal Witness, really cool deck. Also, of course, played a Stoneforge Mystic package, like 4 Qasali Pride Mage, like old school cool, which is pretty sweet. But this guy, Luis, did a huge amount of work for the deck. And in this tournament, there was another player. If we can click through to this, we will keep this. I think this is fine. Yeah, I'm going to keep this. We have the Mox for white. There is another player in this tournament who top 8'd with a Green Sun Zenith version of the deck, which was the first one that made it, which is very cool. Vial and Eldumbri's Call is pretty sweet. I know that Jeff Lynn played a Glittering Wish version of a kind of Esper Vial deck, which was pretty sweet. Alright. I actually don't think I want to Mox yet. I just want to play Reclaimer and pass. Doesn't play around days, but I think that's okay. If this is like an Uro deck, I might want to keep the Pachuca Bog. Also, if they're like a Teferi deck, the Mox bounce can be pretty rough. We do have a few answers for Uro though, so not too bad. Hey Dread, you played Vial with Living Wish a number of years ago for a little bit. Very cool. I do like it. I think it's pretty sweet. I know when I played Modern, I used to love having cards like Wiltleaf Liege or Lockstone Smiter against a lot of the Jund decks in the room. So having like an Eldamri's Call way to find them is pretty sweet. This is fine. Oh, I do want to stop here. I think I just want to play my Pachuca Bog as a land. I think that's more important here than playing the Mox. Could still be a like a lands deck if my opponent thinks we're on that. Teferi. Okay. That's fair. A little bit awkward because now we can't 2-spell. Hey Ben, welcome. I would say based on this board we are not winning. But it is early days, which is nice. And the deck has a lot of play to it, which is cool, so... Nice to be back. Thanks to you guys for coming and watching. Strand. Kind of hope it's Uro. I kind of hope they tap the Wasteland and don't Wasteland us. Okay, well, say it and it happens. Oh, Loam? Oof, big yikes. Okay. How do I want to do this? I guess I could hit their... No, they've already hit... They already got back to Wasteland and Fetchland. I don't have an Exalted Creature to grab with the Reclaimer. It's actually a tough one. I can't get extra lands in the bin. I guess if I really wanted to kill the Teferi, I could like Green Suns for Dried Arbor, Wasteland my Dried Arbor. That's a terrible play. My big thought is, do I want to Endurance the Loam here? I guess I have to, because I can't play it at instant speed around the Teferi, which is pretty tough. No Noble in Green-White Depths, unfortunately, to test, but very cool to see you in here. If I could name someone Noble Hierarch in chat, I would name Jitesh. Headshot Catcher. Your name should be Head Scratcher, because this turn is pretty huge. I think I will start with the Endurance. Because that Loam Wasteland lock's going to be pretty rough. We do have the... the Reclaimer up, but I still think this is fine. They do have a fetch land, so they can definitely get this back, unfortunately. The two lands they got back was a fetch land and a wasteland. I'm actually just going to hold up Reclaimer here. Okay. So I can save this with a step. They then Wasteland a step. I think that's fine. That does make this a 3/4 then, which is kind of cool. I'm going to choose white, of course. I mean, Wasteland here is actually kind of nice because it means that then the Reclaimer becomes a 3/4, which can kill the Teferi. Hey Vegeta. Very well, thank you. Yeah, I've been very offline for the last few weeks, but looking to be back, which is nice. I can only assume it's going to be Wasteland take me off white, but you never know. They might have another white source, and then like swords in upkeep. That looks to be it. Yeah, swords in upkeep. Actually pretty interesting. So if I save it, we've pretty much time walked. They do have the Teferi bounce. If they have another Teferi, it's obviously pretty tough. Jace bounce is pretty nice. We know they have Wasteland as one card in their hand. Yeah. Step. No one thinks about the second step. A land here would be great to get a Dried Arbor into play. Nice. That's pretty good. I think the land is better than the Mox here, because the Mox can be bounced with Teferi, which is pretty rough. We could Green Suns for a new one, but I do like trying to get multiple threats into play to keep them off their 1-for-1 game. Wow, okay. Maybe they have a second Teferi. The trade there is pretty huge. Oh, maybe they play Standstill. That'd be pretty cool. Loam. Okay, I'm gonna bait first with the Reclaimer. Okay, that didn't really do anything. And then play Library. Wow, okay. Well, if Library Stepper, that's pretty sweet. We don't have any steps left for Dark Depths, that's true, but we do have a Sylvan Safekeeper in the deck, which is pretty nice as a Green Sun's target. So if we do start hitting our land drops, Sylvan Safekeeper can be really strong at making sure our 2020 gets through. It doesn't work as well against blockers like Endurance, but I think we should be okay. But yeah, it's a good one next. We also have something like Green Suns for Ramanap and then Get Back step into play, which gets an extra ETB off it. So the steps aren't dead per se, which is kind of nice. But I'm most likely, if this is sticking, I'm most likely just paying 8 next turn. Really want to get up on cards, especially still being at 20 life. That's pretty huge. Deck is cool, yeah. It's like a BANT midrange deck. Chose to not shuffle. Wasteland? Sure. Okay. So I do want to cast this. They do have Loam in the bin. We've already used a Bog. Okay. I'd probably hide the Dark Depths for now. Force, pitch, force. Okay. I don't believe they're an Ice Fang deck because of the non-snow covered islands. So pretty happy to attack there. Hey Jerry, a huge thank you. Too kind. I hope you're doing well. Love your work. Oh, Jace. Jace is cool. Sure. Oh, ending. Okay. Put on top. Pay for this? Do I want to pay for that? I think I do want to make the land drop. Go to 8. This is also a shuffle to shuffle away the second Dark Depths, which is nice. We also have access to 3 colors here. The Bog would have been a 4th color, which is cool, which does deal with the Jace, but otherwise not that great. I guess, like, you know, Endurance 3 hits is pretty big, so I do have to look out for my life total a little bit, but it's also a case of just paying for the right cards because it gets to a point where I just can't pay for any more cards. Pretty good. I'm just gonna get the basic here and 1/6. See some new cards with library. Stage would be sweet. If I can find a stage, I'd be very happy. Because then I can copy a basic. Here, I don't really want any of this. So I'm going to put this on top, this on top. Play the Windswept Heath. Just in case we want the shuffle. Oh, it covers the board? Yeah, definitely. I can actually make that smaller, which is nice. There we go. Thanks, Next. Great feedback. I did actually lose my hard drive a few weeks ago, so this is the first time back with the new setup. So I had to redo the overlay. So there's definitely some little tweaks that can definitely happen to it. But yeah, Loam here really strong. Thank you very much. Too kind. Alright, well this can be swordsed. I actually don't want to stick. We did get there round 1. I do want to shuffle here though. Please stop. Nice. Just get the other basic. Find some threats. No. Okay. This is a bit better. Okay. Put on top. Pay for this. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to try to Green Suns here for Ramanap. They do have 7 cards, which is rough, but you never know. Alright. I will just 6 in that turn as well. But yeah, definitely a tough one. Maybe it was the keep. Maybe the 2-lander with a Mox just wasn't worth it. And maybe there was a better 6. Especially if the 6 had Sylvan Library. They did have Prismatic Ending, but if we could go like turn 1 Reclaimer, Ending, turn 2 Library, and then let that stick for a turn before they land the Teferi to bounce it, we do get to see some cards off it, which is nice. Uro's going to be fine. They're going to cast it. It's all good. We have 2 answers for it, which is nice. Yeah, BANT, I would say BANT is very strong against a green-white deck. Just so many good outs. Prismatic Ending going up to 3 is pretty huge. If they are playing a Volk or something, they can go up to 4. And like main deck field is going to be really strong here. I think we'll see. Yeah, so they actually showed the Volk, which they didn't have to do, which is interesting. See if we can swords this. Okay. Jace bounce. Kind of have to go after a zombie. This game's very much over, but at least I can take some clock. The thing is as well, like they don't have that many islands. Choke's gonna be good, but it's not gonna be like fantastic. Sideboarding's definitely the interesting thing. Back to basics might be a thought, but I'm not too sure. No bounce on night makes me think they definitely have another answer, and a sword's gonna be fine. That's gonna take a lot of time. Haha. I am half of those things. You choose which half. Okay. Still brainstorming. Interesting. I will definitely be looking at my clock right now. Ending's fine. Alright. Boarding. What do we want? I do like the endurances and the chokes. And I do like the Felidar retreat. I also don't mind having Knight of Autumn as just a Green Sun's target to hit things like Sylvan Library. Back to basics if they are playing it. But otherwise, apologies, this is pretty good. I'm going to take out some number of Swords to Plowshares. I think a 2-2 split of Swords and Prismatic Ending is fine. The Sylvan Libraries are fantastic. The creatures are fantastic, just keeping them on deck. Teeg's definitely interesting. Teeg keeps Jace off the field. If they're playing something like Supreme Verdict, then that also keeps it off the field, which is nice. It does stop their Prismatic Endings, which is pretty huge. I think it's definitely a consideration. The thing is, though, is that we want to play Felidar Retreat and our own Green Suns, and probably our own Prismatic Ending, so it's tough. And it's tough because it's a very... You have to make the move first to playing Teeg. You can't obviously do it in response to a spell and stop them from casting the spell, so you have to be in a position where you know that you're not going to get hit by Teeg yourself, which is tough. If you don't bring in Teeg here, which matchups do you bring it in? Ant, Tess, the Urzus Stompy decks, they're pretty good. Can be pretty good against some of the Khan builds, otherwise, like the colorless ones that play like All Is Dust, but I think it's definitely a pretty good consideration here. I think the Mox Diamonds can definitely go. Just a little bit rough, especially with Teferi. All the lands are pretty good. I don't think I want to cut on any lands, but I could potentially, seeing that we are dropping the Mox Diamonds. I saw a creature get spoiled, which looked pretty cool. I think it might just be this. Crop's not the greatest against a deck with counter magic, of course. I'm going to see how this goes. I have 30 seconds to go to the bathroom. I can do it. I'll be back. No! I did it! I did it! That was so close. That was way too close. I'd love to play first. Sweet Hand, we'll keep this. That was... did not think I was going to make that. Ending, sure. Sylvan Library here, probably my best draw. Wasteland, not too bad either. Heath, not really where I want to be. Hey, math guy. I'd love to see a Trop. This hand is pretty slow, but I mean the turn 2 play was Elvish Reclaimer, so not too bad. Interesting spot. I kind of want to keep the Wasteland for a non-island jewel. This also allows me to get both basics, which is kind of nice to play around something like back to basics later on, if they do have it. I assume not. Hey, he's there. That's pretty good. Next turn we have Teeg and Wasteland. Hey Magrippa, welcome. Hope you're well. Okay. There is a world where I want to keep this in case I draw Felidar Retreat, but if I play the Teeg, I can't cast a Felidar Retreat. Definitely going to go with Teeg. Am I? There is a world where I hold up Endurance, just to get a clock going. I actually don't mind that. Especially if I want to win this game too. Combat damage is my way to get there. I'm also going to get dried up here. Ooh, Library. I'm going to cast Library first to see if they do anything in response. I guess I could have cast Teeg first, so that then they couldn't Force of Will the Sylvan Library, but I still think this is okay. I also didn't want to tap the Wasteland, but now I feel like I should have, because it just means I don't get 1 damage in. Could have also cast this second main, but little things. Hey Jack, look, I feel like a Doomsday stream is coming, and I feel like you should be the co-host. I feel like an end-step sword's coming, but... Forest. Okay. So now they have their own Endurance open. Ending is dead with Tegan play. Okay, Crop's pretty good. Put on top, but pay for this. Play Step. Give Insurance Pro green. And I probably just want to hold up Crop for Caracas to save Teeg from something. Could also Crop for the other step for Teeg. I think stock Doomsday would be cool, but also up to your preference. Volk, okay. Interesting. Brainstorm, okay. Well, that's another land they lose to the choke, which is really nice. I really want to go into this third game as well, if there is a third game, up on clock. For Siege Rhino Yorion? Okay. Swords on Teeg? No. Interesting. Just didn't want the cards from the Brainstorm. Okay. Don't want to use the crop just yet. We knew about the Sylvan Library, but there's 2 more cards here. Oh, a second choke? Wow. Can't use the Green Suns either because of the Teeg, and this is definitely a case where it just kind of sucks, but I am gonna pay. I'm gonna pay for this. Am I? No, I'm gonna put it on top because we're not shuffling anyway unless we use the crop. The world where I want to keep the Green Suns here is when we crop for Caracas to return Gaddock Teeg in response to some sort of removal spell. So let's start off with choke first. Because if they use something like a Source to Plowshares here, they can't cast Endurance. So doing this main phase 1 means we have more information about how we actually want to attack. Okay. Nice. Alright, so I think here we just want to crop away the step for another step. But there is a world where I do want Caracas. Wow, they're just going to concede to that. Okay, nice. Alright. What did we see? We didn't really see too much. I still think this is fine. I think 2 swords is fine for Uros and Endurances. We then have 2 more Prismatic Endings, which also answer other permanents, which is fantastic. We did see Loam, but that was in the main deck, CH Fuller. But a nice pickup if you didn't see game 1. Of course, that's a bit of a spice card. Still like Endurances, still like Ramanap. Choke's still fine. I think I'm pretty happy just running this back. My only thing is, if they ask low on clock, then I assume they try to go for a more aggressive route where they try to get in with a bunch of creatures and maybe counter removal pretty aggressively. So there is a world where I do want the extra Source of Plowshares in game 3. But I think that it's pretty good. I haven't tried Court of Grace, no. Court of Grace would be cool. I just don't like that this deck doesn't really have any like hasty ways to gain back the crown. Other than like a flash endurance. And I do like that Felidar Retreat against the decks where I want it, just makes 2/2s on my terms, which is kind of cool. But I do think it's definitely a consideration. Because there's nothing worse than like playing out the Court of Grace and then them casting like an Ice Fang or a Snapcaster and then untapping and removing your creature. But let's just run this back. And we are pretty much on the same amount of time. 11 minutes. So a lot, which is nice. No green mana, I am going to mulligan this. Well, an interesting hand. But I don't think it's good enough. Especially with no white mana. We do have stage to copy something, but I think a 5 is just better. But it is tough against BANT. Okay, we'll keep this. Bottom Savannah. And I do like the second Reclaimer. I do like having one piece of the combo. I do like prismatic ending. So I think it actually is just one land here, which is a little bit rough. Maybe it's too greedy to keep the stage here. Maybe I do want access to this, especially seeing they're a Wasteland deck and they have been pretty aggressive with Wasteland. Opponent's gone to 6 as well. I think the real choice is the stage a real way to win this game? And I think it is. I think I'm going to be a little bit greedy and go for that. Okay, Green Sun Zenith. I will go for just a forest here. Seeing Flooded Strand, I assume they're going to get a white-based land, and that's actually perfect for the stage to copy because then it can't be wastelanded, which is really nice. Their own Sylvan Library would be huge if that's the case. Loam, okay. Another land here would be great. Teeg, not really what I want. Nice. So next turn, probably just Green Suns for another Reclaimer. Ooh, Depths. Okay. Maybe that means I want a Green Suns for Dried Arbor. Oh, no! That's fine. That's fine. I kind of want to hide the Dark Depths anyway, so I think I'm okay with this. Chose to not shuffle. Yikes. Probably just playing Depths here and passing. I'd probably rather play around Prismatic Ending and Teferi Bounce than play around Wasteland. They could do something like Swords Dried Arbor here to make me not have the mana in my turn. I think if that's the case, then I'll turn this Deathmean stage into the Snow-Covered Plains in response. Because then I have white mana that can't be wastelanded. Hey Jack, how are you doing in Melbourne? I know cases are going up, which is tough, but hopefully you're doing okay. Getting a second shot in 2 weeks? Nice. Very cool. Had another lockdown birthday? It's tough. That's tough. But a late happy birthday. My gift... Jack, my gift to you will be the Doomsday League. We'll do it. We'll get it done. Oh, maybe they have endurance here. know. Oh, going to the end step. Okay. Now maybe doing something. New shiny Caldra? Yeah, Caldra's sweet. Just little things keep popping up. Like I know, against lands it's pretty sweet because you don't have to pay for it with Tabernacle, which is kind of cool. Also first strike, and when it deals damage, you exile the creature, which is huge for any like bigger creatures. Get through elf blocker tricks with Jude. Yeah, very true. That's a good one. Oh, they loamed. Okay. Uro's going to be okay. I don't think I want to make the 2020 here. It does play around Wasteland, but it doesn't play around Prismatic Ending or Teferi. I think I'm just going to allow it. Scalding Tarn, perfect. I guess they could have like Swords and Prismatic Ending. Swords the Dried Arbor, change phase, see if we float and make it. Does Dress Down do anything? What does Dress Down do here? Not too much. Hey Carador, thank you very much. Hope you're well. Wow! Did not expect to get that game. Very cool. Very cool. Nice. That was sweet. I definitely felt a little... I mean, that's a mull of 5 as well. Really nice to lose the first 2 Elvish Reclaimers to Swords to Plowshares, which we did care about, let's be honest, but to not then have the swords for the Marit Lage is pretty huge for our opponent. I feel like the Uro there was probably trying to dig for either Wasteland or Karakas, and just couldn't find it, so pretty nice. Good times. Opened up the mail and found your masks of Rishon ports. Very cool. Very nice. Kai, I like your emotes. Big fan. Big fan. If anyone is looking for another content creator who plays Legacy very well and has a very impressive stream, definitely check out Saratarix. Usually streams around my time as well, so anyone who follows me and watches me, Kai is only an hour behind me, which is pretty sweet, living in Japan. Very cool. Sweet games. Pretty, I think the big thing there was as well, although we had the Dried Arbor to attack for 21, the opponent being at 17 instead of 18 when the Uro came into play, going just back to 20 was pretty big, so. Days in a Love Heart, nice. You got some cool tricks, Kai. I like them. Yeah, it's nice to be back streaming. I do want to make some more playing around, because obviously chat looks a little bit weird. I think it's because it's stretched. Maybe that'll be better. Still. Font settings. See how that goes. Nice. Maybe you'll fall asleep and wake up to Legacy. Maybe you will. 2 to 3 hours? Very cool. Nice. In about 6. Cool. Sorry, Matt. I didn't mean it personally, of course. What's the last non-green-white deck you played? I play a bit of Delver and Paper. That's probably the last green-white. I guess Death and Taxes being only white, but that kind of fits within the green-white metric. I do have Ad Nauseam. I want to sleeve up Ad Nauseam again. I don't have a Tess in Paper, but I do have Ad Nauseam, and really, really enjoy it. At least I enjoy goldfishing it, so we can see how that plays out. Ah, Twin and 7-point, yeah. In a 7-point Highlander, I usually play Splinter Twin. But to be fair, that plays white for some protection spells, so... Never too far away from white. Alright, Falco. What do we got? This hand isn't too bad. It's a turn 2 Knight as a 2-2 off of Green Suns on turn 1 for Dried Arbor. We have Endurance and Sword to Plowshares for interaction and Wasteland. I don't mind this. A little bit on the fairer side, but hopefully okay. Best draw again is probably just a Sylvan Library, so like turn 2 we could go like Swords their creature if they have a creature and play Sylvan Library, or like Wasteland Sylvan Library. Also having Endurance with Knight's pretty sweet against like a Reanimator deck. Unholy Heat, alright. Step, huh. I probably don't mind Wasteland Pass. It does put us back a little bit, but taking him off of Volk is pretty huge. I also want to get towards playing the Knight as a 4-4. Wastelanding Volk also stops Dash next turn off Ragavan. I actually don't mind this. Steam Vents. Okay, so this is going to be the non-Delver version, I believe. Which is pretty nice, because my turn 2 play is just going to be Swords to Plowshares around Days. Which they didn't actually play a creature there, so... Chose to Shuff. Mox Diamond would be kind of cool here. Windswept Heath, okay. Still not too bad. I'm not going to play this step just yet. 2 Delvers is common still? Okay, cool. I assume it... What is it, Jack? Is it like 2 Delvers, 2 or 3 Murktides, 4 Ragavan, 4 DRC? Two Delvers, 8 red creatures, 4 Murktides. Okay. Ragavan's fine. Oh, no land. Okay. Still pretty happy to Swords here. Because next turn if I like tap out for Knight and they daze it, it's pretty bad, so... Ending, okay. They are at 6. So what I could do here is play the Step, and then next turn play Knight or Endurance around Days, but I think I'm actually pretty happy just to try to land a Knight here as a 5/5. Because if they don't have a counterspell, which I can only assume they do, then Wasteland's going to be really good against a deck that's skimping on lands. And it looks like Knight might just be a little bit too good here. You never know though. Delver? Okay. Stage. Oh, interesting. Okay. Well, we could just go for it as well. I don't mind that. Hey, Yokel, welcome. Very nice. Yeah, I think I would as well. The question is, do I want to use the Prismatic Ending? I think I probably want to use it on the Delver. Hey Phil, welcome. Yeah, so let's... Ending Delver. Carador, that's so nice. I'm definitely going to screenshot that because that is really, really nice. A huge dog fan here, so that's very, very cool to hear. Nice. We're big fans over here. Dogs. There's nothing better than dogs. Legacy, dogs. Easily. Easily. Cats are down here. Sorry, cat fans. Hey Phil, you're more than welcome. What do you play in Modern? That was the Steam Vents. So the Steam Vents is for players who are wanting to always have a red source on turn 1 and also have days backup, I believe. So you're not playing like a basic mountain. But yeah, pretty nuts because the damage can definitely add up. What did we do last time? I think we just did the Sylvan Libraries and 2 crops for the chokes, the endurances. I think that was it. Maybe it was just 1 crop. I think that's fine. I don't think I need the chasm. Alright, what do we got? We have a pretty nice hand. Double removal is really nice, and we also have the Reclaimer. The mana is a little bit weak. That's probably the bad side of this hand, but I think overall I'm pretty happy to keep this on the draw. Especially to have double removal spell in a deck that doesn't really have manipulation is pretty nice. Made an Eldrazi and Taxes deck. Nice. Getting crushed to Eldris. Okay. Oh, Caracas one time? Mox. Okay, Mox is actually perfect here because now we get to play around days. So let's go Savannah because it's the only one that comes in untapped. We can then play the Mox. I'm probably just going to get rid of the step here. Keep the other half of the combo. Play 1 sword. I guess I should have actually swords in the beginning of combat. I don't have to worry about like spell pierce or anything, and now I'm just open to like a dashed Dragavan. And what do I want to do here? I think I'm actually pretty happy to play Green Suns here for Dryad Arbor, because it stops the dash Dragavan and it also puts 1 more land in the bin, so if I draw a fetch land, then the Reclaimer is a 3/4 next turn, if they destroy the Arbor. And it's probably the creature that I care about the least here. So at least if a Bolt or an Holy Heat goes at the Dryad Arbor, it's not going at the Elvish Reclaimer. I mean, if they want to like Bolt Wasteland, the Reclaimer is still coming down as a 3/4, which is nice. Looking for something new. I played a little bit of green-white Eldrazi in Modern, but back when Microsynth Lattice was available. Ooh, Ragavan's nice. What did they do at the Ponder? Chose to not shuffle. Okay. Dash Dragavan is just so annoying. Maybe I play Depths and pass. I have a few options. I don't really like playing Ragavan ramming up just yet, but it is pretty nice. I'm gonna try. It does turn off the Elvish Reclaimer a little bit, but I think that's okay. This means I need like Bolt and Dash Ragavan. Okay, Brainstorm means they can't do it, which is nice. You like Reclaimer, hold up, sword for Dash Ragavan. Yeah, that's pretty nice as well. That is really nice. Especially because if the Reclaimer gets to live one turn, we then get to turn on its 3/4 ability, which is nice. Hey, Reaple Cheap. Nice to see you in chat. Yeah, it's interesting to see how well I feel this deck has been doing. Oh, Knight's pretty huge. Just the one land in the bin, though. No lands in the bin, sorry. Alright, let's start with Knight. They're gonna force it, sure. Then let's play Reclaimer. They have one card left. 2 cards. Ooh, Murktide. We do have the swords for it though, so that's pretty nice. Yeah. That's fine. Prismatic Ending. Okay. Swords this. And now I probably just want to attack for 1 and hold up Reclaimer. Probably just getting... Ragavan's okay. I wonder if they'll attack. Because we do have a second step. Ah, no opponent. Alright. I do want to stop here. So, block first. Sack step. Go and get second step. Pro red. Nice. Another Reclaimer. Currently 1/2 lands in the bin, which is nice. Play second Reclaimer. Attack with Dried Arbor, and then we have open these Reclaimers. So in a really nice spot here. Dragon Rage Channeler is fine. We have the Prismatic Ending. I'm just going to get a Thespian stage here, I think. Because it turns on Dark Depths as a draw. It also turns on any land as a draw. Because we have 2 mana for that, and then 2 mana for the actual activation. Yavimaya probably the best draw. Actually, Dark Depths comes in untapped, so it doesn't really matter. That's pretty good as well. Might not even need it. Opponent has 1 card. Alright. Question is, do I just want to hold up Insurance? I probably do. Instead of attacking for 7. Attack for 6, put them down to 19. Flash and Endurance, and then we have 10 for a 2-turn clock after that. If we attack for 7, 7, 10, it's 1 short, so... This also means like a top deck Ragavan off the top is pretty bad for them. Decks felt really smooth tonight, which is really nice. Today, it's just after lunch, let's be honest. Nice. Boom! Very cool. What are the matchups so far? Do we have Bog to stop the dragon? We do have Bog, which is pretty nice. BANT, blue-red, U-red, Saga. I've been thinking about a second Caracas in the deck for Ragavan, but I think the deck is just, like, the matchup is quite solid that it's not really needed, which is pretty nice. In which pairing do you use the Torpor Orb? I believe it's mainly there for Doomsday, for Thassa's Oracle, but it's also quite good against Death and Taxes, which is a pretty tough matchup. Stopping things like Stoneforge Mystic, Flicker Wisp, Recruiter of the Guard, Skyclave Apparition, Yorion if they're playing it, which is pretty sweet. Probably also pretty good against Elves. I haven't seen Espervile in a long time, but that probably just goes under Death and Taxes type strategies. It's obviously not great against Uro because they just get to keep it. So I wouldn't bring it in against a snow deck, I don't think. But it does hit Ice Fang and Endurance. Also hits our own Endurance. Mainly a few of the decks that have creatures that have a lot of ETBs, or win off an ETB creature, like Thassa's Oracle. It also beats Oops. Ah, cool. It also beats Oops. Yeah. Because that's Thassa's, so I guess like Cephalid Breakfast it's okay against as well, especially if they move towards the Stoneforge Mystic build post-board. That's kind of cool. Which is pretty sweet. Ah, it turns off Spies. Nice. Yeah, Gobos. Yeah, nice one, Reaple Cheap. Unfortunately. Goblin's a sweet deck. That I recently played for Eli, Goblin Lucky 1, and then we reviewed the League, which is pretty sweet, which I think you can find on his YouTube channel, which is pretty cool content. This card's pretty cool. 2 mana, instant, destroy target creature or planeswalker, its controller investigates, which is pretty sweet. So you can target yourself if you really want to, get a card out of it, but yeah, instant speed removal like this is pretty sweet, especially in the Stompy Chalice decks that I know like XJClad likes to play. Pretty nice removal if you're playing Chalice for 1. So that's a pretty sweet card. Could probably see playing green-white Maverick in like the sideboard as extra removal. Part to Exile is still pretty good, but pretty cool that it also hits Planeswalkers, so it gives you some amount of reach, which is nice. Yeah, Deck and Stone pretty cool as well. Yeah, hitting Walkers is really nice. You think Skyclave is better? Yeah, I guess Skyclave hits pretty much everything you want other than like something in their turn. Like if you're having issues with like a Dark Depths kind of deck in the end step. Oh, okay. We have... Is this a turn 2? Turn 1 Dryad Arbor. That's 2 mana. Play Dark Depths. Yeah, Yavimaya Green Suns. Yavimaya Green Suns into Dark Depths is 3 mana in total, which means 1 for crop rotation into Thespian Stage for 2. That's pretty cool. Alright, let's go for Yavimaya, Green Suns, Dried Arbor. Opponent goes to 4, which is pretty unfortunate, but if they're on a combo deck, maybe they found what they need. Lotus Petal? Oh no. Dark Ritual? Oh no. Oh my gosh. Oh, I should have kept up Crop. Well, that happens. Oops. Alright. Deafening Silence, pretty good. Torpor Orb, okay. Force of Vigor and Endurance, yes. Collector Oof, yes. Sure. Endings too slow. Ramanap too slow. Libraries too slow. Hey, L3, welcome. To be fair, I definitely thought about holding up Crop, but I thought that the turn 2 win was just a little bit too good, and that's Legacy. Gotta take it as it comes. Jukabok is fine. Caracas can probably come out. Sajiri Step. Mox. 61. Sword's still fine. Safekeeper can come out. Yeah, I feel like there's a lot of forces, which is nice. And a lot of like Delver decks seem great against combo because you have a turn 1 threat most of the time, if not all of the time, and then just a hand of counter magic. I think this is fine. Have a quick look. Yeah. Could even drop the extra Sylvan Library. Yeah, Jack, that's a great point. Deafening Silence is really nice, especially for FedEx's turn 1 interaction. When I go back to D&T, will I play Yorion or 60? In paper, I like 60 because I like to be able to shuffle my cards. But otherwise, usually Yorion online. I think it's just so good. Yeah. Yeah, especially after that stream with XJ, it was really nice. I'm gonna mulligan this. I'm gonna mulligan quite aggressively. Again, that turn 2 win, but Crop Rotation by itself is not enough. Okay. Oh, turn 1 Torpor Orb. That's pretty cool. And Endurance. So what do we keep? Oh, I guess Torpor Orb shuts off Endurance, so that's a no-bo. That's actually pretty funny. Hey, Orange Shield, welcome. So we keep Torpor Orb, Mox Diamond land, and Sylvan Library to dig for something else? Is that the play? This doesn't beat Charbelcher if they play that. You would keep Endurance over Library? I guess they could have Force Negation. That would be huge. If they have Force of Vigor, sorry, on these two. They didn't play Charbelcher? I got Charbelchered last time I played against Oops, so... I think it's these. Oh, really? Okay. We are going to keep it. And I'm going to bottom Yavimaya. I think I do like Sylvan Library. Ugh. Especially because it does allow me to, like, rebuild. So, Jack, if the Endurance comes up, I apologize, but... Land. Fetch. Savannah. Mox. Pitch. Torpor. Pass? I feel a force. Oh no. Fair play. Alright. You got me. You got me. Tough. Oops. Well, we can play for the 4-1, which is nice. All that thinking and my opponent just plays me. Rough. Thankfully, no oops players in my local, which is kind of nice. Nothing against the deck, but if I am going to go to a weekly, it is nice to get close to a 40 round or 40-minute round of Magic. Yeah, maybe Endurance was better. Alright. What do we got? Raisin so bad. Pretty cool hand. Yeah, pretty happy with this. A little bit fair, but pretty cool hand. They play a new green evoke creature? Interesting. Is that like the 4-drop? And it looks like a rhino, I think? Okay. That's cool. Opponent having a good think on their 6. Oof. Also, if you guys like this content, hopefully this works. Nice. You can find it here, YouTube/Jigs on Twitch. Should be some new content coming out now that I'm back streaming, which is cool. Usually play Maverick, Green-White Maverick, sorry, Green-White Depths, or something like Death and Taxes. I do want to start playing Loam again. Not the greatest position, but I think it's worthy of looking at something. My opponent is the person who wrote the article of why Charbelcher sucks in Oopsal spells. Well, there you go. Something I should definitely not have thought about. I actually just like going for basics here. That actually is really nice, because it means we can Green Suns for Dried Arbor turn 1, and then turn 2, we'll probably have 3 lands in the bin for Reclaimer. Opponent down to 4 cards. Hit a force. Gut shot. Ooh, with dashed Ragavan? Surely not. Ponder, okay. Ponder is gonna be no shuffle. Okay. Alright. I'm gonna fetch here. Puts 3 lands in the bin, which is nice. Get the plains. Prismatic ending on this. See if it resolves. I kind of want it to get forced. I'd love to get this Reclaimer into play. What are they doing? Paying for costs. What is this? Brainstorm's fine. Did I watch the new Matrix trailer? I have not, but that sounds really good, Moist Junk. Also love the name. I guess if they find like another threat here, they probably don't care about the Delver. Oh, they are going to force it. Perfect. Righto. Murktide not too bad here. They are down to 0 cards, which is nice. So now we get to Swords the Murktide. And either play Library or play a creature. I actually don't mind the Library here. Just to dig a little bit more. They do have a 4-turn clock though, so we have to find something for this insectile operation pretty quickly. Chose to not shuffle. Interesting. Oh, endurance would be sweet? Of course. Put on top. I'm not going to pay for this though. I'm going to keep... Put on top. Swords this right now. Play Reclaim a pass. Iteration is fine. I feel like I can afford to pay for 1 card. I really want to find a land that doesn't come in tapped. Okay. That's not it. I like the Dark Depths, I think. Wow, okay. The question is, can I attack here? Because of Unholy Heat, like Holy Heat onto Ragavan would be kind of rough. I think I am able to attack here. Nine is a multiple of 3, which is a little bit scary. Hey Drew, welcome. Hope you're having a nice week. Maybe a Murktide here. Yeah, okay. That's fine. Okay. Interesting, just 1 card left. And they're leaving us with the Dark Depths, which is interesting. Drew, you are more than welcome. Let's have a look. Okay. Put on top, put on top. Do I want the extra land here? That's the question. Maybe I do to hold up step. 2 mana. Yeah, I actually do. Put on top. Play this. Float 2. I guess I can actually use Dark Depths for mana here. So I could have kept the... Go and get stage. Copy this. Keep this one. And now we have Sejiri Step open, which is really nice. Brainstorm with 0 cards in hand. That's fine. I probably want to end step Bog to take the Dragon Rage Channeler off flying. Oh, and then I'm so close. Yeah, they're just going to concede. I wonder what's best there. I think it's end step Bog, Dragon Rage Channeler loses flying, untap, probably give pro blue to the... Probably don't need to give pro blue. Can just attack with both creatures here. They take 8, they have to block 1, and then they're just lethal next turn. Alright. Same sort of boarding. So Sylvan Library just deck's a little bit too aggressive for them. And then I don't mind dropping down on 1 crop rotation for 2 endurance, 2 choke. That's it. That's how you make the cake. Nice to be back streaming. I will say that. So a huge thank you to everyone who came in and has watched so far. Very cool. Hey, Modern Pats. Welcome. Hope you're having a nice week. Weekend ahead, which is really nice. Got a Bucks party tonight. Should be pretty good. So tomorrow, I think I'll be pretty bad, but hey, Lord Duckview. A huge thank you. Too kind. For those of you who have just joined, we played against Blue-Red Delver, got up. BANT Control, got up. Blue-Red Saga Delver, got up. Lost to Oopsal Spells, and now we're up a game against Blue-Red Delver, which is pretty sweet. A lot of Delver. Usually don't see so much Delver. Felidar Retreat is an interesting choice. Definitely is. Felidar Retreat is there for the long games against like the Mirror or the like BANT Control sort of mid-range decks. I like it because it's a 4-drop, so plays a little bit awkwardly into Prismatic Vista. Felidar Retreat into Prismatic Ending, sorry. It's a little bit easier to get online than something like Field of the Dead, which is nice. And it plays well with the deck. It plays like Crop Rotation, Elvish Reclaim, and other Reliquary. So I think it's pretty cool. It is just a one-of, so usually when I test it, I haven't seen it too much, but it seems pretty sweet. I'm gonna mulligan this. Just a little bit. There's not too much going on. This is probably okay. We have an Endurance, which is really nice against their creatures. I'm probably going to bottom the Ramanap here. I can find it with Green Suns if I really need it. Idem Doomsday have been very popular in the queue recently. Oh, Doomsday and Delver? Yeah, that's really interesting because I feel like Delver would be a very tough matchup for Doomsday, which I know that Kai and Jack have talked about before. Well, that's pretty nice. It means we can just use the first one for a Dried Arbor. A lot of D&T? Okay, cool. This is actually pretty interesting. Pretty happy to block. I don't think I'll get the chance again, so... Ragavan. They have 3 cards left. I don't mind Crop. I don't mind holding up Crop here. But it's a little bit awkward. I could have done this after the brainstorm, so if they find a wasteland, they don't keep it. But I'd rather do it here so they can't, like, brainstorm into a force or daze. This also takes us off green mana, which is pretty tough, but hopefully that's okay. So buy us a lot of time, and really that's what I want to do. I just want to buy time here. Ooh. Probably just want to hold this. It's tough though if they have something like Wasteland, but they didn't last turn. And they also brainstormed, so if they had Wasteland, they would have played it and then attacked with the Ragavan. Or played it, Wastelanded, and then just replayed the Ragavan. So I'm pretty happy just to hold that for now. Okay. So the new 2 cards, the new 1 card, so they get 2 fresh looks here. I guess if they find Wasteland here, they can't also dash the Ragavan, which is nice. I do like that they keep attacking though. Definitely makes me keep myself on my feet. Play a second one. Delver, okay. Well, that's a great target for the prismatic ending, so not too unhappy here. A green source as well here would have meant we could Green Suns for a 3/4 Reclaimer, which would have been pretty sweet. But here I'm happy just to keep pressure off the board. They chose to shuffle, which is nice for us. This Caracas is just really saving us. Could just find Dark Depths off the top, that'd be kind of cool. Green Source would be sweet as well. Mox Diamond, okay, so pretty close. Mox Diamond means any land off the top is a green source, which is pretty huge. Not what we want. Well, they're just not going to cast it. Interesting. Nice. Okay. I'd probably rather just play the Savannah here then play the Mox. Just because they can actually counter the Mox, which would be pretty... Actually, no, that's fine. Because if they counter the Mox, we don't discard the land anyway. Now the question is, do I just want to hold up the combo? I'm going to Green Suns here for a Reclaimer. Which, to be fair, is kind of like the combo anyway. I guess the downside of playing the Mox there over the land is it doesn't give me second green. If I drew a land next turn that isn't a green card, the Mox gives me the second green. But this does play around Wasteland, which I think is good. But to be fair, if they have a Wasteland, they probably go after the Caracas, but it could be different here because of the... Well, they're going to try to double spell this? Okay. That's more than fine. It's probably exactly where we want to be honest. So they have 3 cards left. One is that creature. I probably just want to go for an Endurance here and upkeep to play around Murktide. This music sounds like Age of Empires 2 music when you're building out your village. I really like it. Just Tidecast Force. Alright, that's fine. AoE 2 music is really nice. Step. Okay. I am going to play this because I probably just want to lose it to the crop. And then I actually think here, I'm just going to go for it. Yeah, Borrow would be tough, but still not the worst. We have Prismatic Ending for a removal spell. We have the Crackers for their Ragavan. Yeah. Pretty nice. So we finished up 4-1, which is pretty sweet. Deck was pretty cool. Only made slight changes, which is nice. And always nice to get there. We actually 2-0'd all Delver, which is really nice. Very cool. Here's the deck. Decktech, nice. Yeah, I mean, I really liked it. I think the split of the main deck removal was really nice. In the 2 and 3. Ramanap was fine as a Green Sun's target. Endurance obviously fantastic. Safekeeper we didn't see, but obviously is there for a reason. Looking at the board, I think it's like Felidar Retreat, Torpor Orb are probably the flex slots. Probably not needing all pieces of these for artifacts and enchantments, but Oof and Knight are just so good at different things that it's really nice to have Knight as a Green Sun's target and Collector Oof as a Green Sun's target. And I think Force of Vigor is just there for the really unfair decks that you really need it for, so I think for now it's pretty fine. It's interesting not to have extra creature removal in the sideboard. I know some players have been playing an extra Prismatic Ending in the board. You could play Path to Exile as well, but we just don't need it. I mean, those games against Delver were pretty awesome, so I think if anything, it's just trying to dodge fast combo, or if you do, make sure you have a pretty good plan. So yeah, Endurance is nuts, because Endurance is just like, it's obviously great against Delver. It blocks all their threats other than Murktide, which it still buys you some time against. It's great against some of the mid-range decks that rely on like Uro or the Graveyard to go off. It's great against combo. It's just so nice. Yeah, that's very true, Reaple. I mean, like, most versions probably just play like this with, what do we got? I think this is 30 lands, 29 lands. You could play an extra land, and then fit in like another Green Sun's target. Like some decks play the Knight of Autumn in the main deck, but I think that right now Prismatic Ending is just so good in the metagame that it's worth having in the main deck, and it yeah, gets you out of some pretty sticky situations, which is nice, especially against the versions of Delver that are playing so many 1-drops. So that's pretty sweet. And that's me for my first stream back, which is really cool. A huge thank you to everyone who came in and followed and subscribed. I'll be back probably on the weekend sometime. Probably have a stream then. Might play some D&T, might play some Legacy. Maverick, but a huge thank you. I'm going to see who else is streaming and send you guys over there. But if you want to find me on Twitter, on Twitch, you can find me at Dukes on Twitch pretty much everywhere. So that's pretty sweet. I think Matt's actually streaming. Nice. You will definitely like Ozymandias. He's currently playing White Eldrazi, which is pretty sweet. Obviously a very, very good pilot, so should be pretty interesting to see how he goes with it. But enjoy